A very good afternoon to one and all present here. First of all, thank you to each and everyone for being here with us today. So, a very warm welcome to our director, sir, Dr. S. Shanmugave. I welcome you, sir. Our principal, Dr. K. Kalidasa Murgave. I welcome you, sir. It's my honor to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Narendra Kumar Verma, Assistant Professor, Institute of Technology and Management, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, and the Chandravadana faculty, the Gandhigram Rural Institute deemed to be University Dindikkal. I welcome you both and a cheerful welcome to our NSS coordinators, Mr. J. Thamba, Assistant Professor of S&H Department, and Mr. R. Rahul, Assistant Professor of E&A Department. I welcome you both. Last but not least, a friendly welcome to all of our NSS volunteers and our participants of this event. Once again, welcome you all for this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Yamini. Now I call upon Ms. M. Sobia from second year CSE department to introduce the chief guest.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. I find immense pleasure in introducing our chief guest of the day. Our chief guest, Narendra Kumar Verma, ND Chandravadana. We welcome you both on this special occasion. Narendra Kumar Verma, Assistant Professor in Institute of Technology and Management, Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. He completed his schooling in Government High Secondary School. He completed his graduation in Sri Ram. He is the program coordinator of NSS in ITM. D. Chandravadana, faculty, the Gandhiram Rural Institute deemed to be an university, Tindikkal. She has 7 years of experience as a soft skills trainer. We are thankful that you are here in your busy schedule. I'm really proud for having such an opportunity to introduce both the great persons. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sobia. Now I request our chief guest, Mr. Narendra Kumar Verma, to say a few words about World Drift Day.
Good afternoon to everyone. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon. First of all, thanks to respected sir of the coordinator of NSS, director of the institute, and the beautiful student of this institute. I'm really happy you are invited for me, particular in this program. So I'm really happy. First of all, COVID-19 is a very large problem for the human because we are connected all sometimes connected with each other to different activities, to different event organization, to different cultural activities, but COVID is not possible of these activities because this is a very no one any country is accept this this problem because COVID-19 always a very not secured for the any person, not any पर्टिकुलर कोई ऐसी दवाई भी नहीं है, कोई ऐसा किसी भी प्रकार का कोई ऐसी मेडिसिन भी नहीं है, and no medicine available for this particular. So we are happy in this case to alternately incapably to touching with members. No one touching this member. So I am really happy. Or for the student purpose, according to this situation, for the student is very impossible time because a student cannot touch the everyone, not any activity with respect to institute, with respect to other event. So this one very useful. But NSS, if NSS volunteer, you are the institute, you are the in charge of the whole areas, particular in this working condition. So different activities like food distribution, like medicine distribution, like so different activity is considered for the NSS, and government of India and state government of India and every state government of India is very thanks to NSS, because the volunteers and the respective teachers are also involved in every activity. But with and in this time, I am very, very happy to introduce myself and invite for me the particular topic. So I am very, very thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful speech. Now, I would like to invite our chief guest, Dr. Chandra Vandana, to say a few words about group discussion.
Thank you, Padma. A very good afternoon to one and all present here, and I'm so happy and glad for this lovable invitation. And today I'm going to discuss about the purpose of group discussion, and I'm going to give you students some of the tips, do's and don'ts, and how to be a winner in a group discussion. Many students don't know the purpose of conducting a group discussion. So the very purpose of conducting group discussion round is to test the applicants communication skills. The first and foremost thing what they will be testing from the applicants is the communication skills. The second one is a topic knowledge, how far the students or the applicants have the knowledge on a particular topic they have given for discussion. The third one is thought processing, how they are taking their ideas and processing their thoughts. So the last one is they will be testing their leadership impact on the audience. So these are the four major purpose of group discussion. So I'll just come again. First one is communication skills. Second one is topic knowledge. Third one is thought process. The last one is the leadership impact on the audience. So now I would like to discuss some key tips to prepare for group discussion. The first one is to prepare for a group discussion, keep track of happenings around the world. Whatever things which are happening around you, you should have a close observation of the happenings. So that is the first tip I would like to give you. The second one is you have to aware of the current affairs and issues and happenings which affect your own lives. However, remotely, it shows a well rounded personality. So you should know the current affairs and issues happening around your lives. That will make you people sensible towards those issues. The third one is you have to make a habit of reading English newspapers and magazines, watch interesting documentaries and profiles on television to get a wider perspective on issues. I would recommend these important things because when you see that in English, you can also improve your vocabulary, you can also improve your communication skills through English language. So the newspaper, magazine and television will help you to have a to get a wider perspective on the issues which are happening around you. The fourth one is group discussion topic can be from a wide range of issues, right? Like the topics may be from different issues. So it can be on a current issues or a business news or about sports or anything, anything in general. But the wider you read interest, the better prepared you will be face the group discussion. So the wider you see, the wider you get the content or the knowledge, you will be very confident to face the group discussion. So you have to know the knowledge. The next one, some topics, if you check in group discussion, it will be repeated. So just find out those topics which are repeated and start to prepare on those topics, because like the repeated topics, yeah, from those topics you can just get good content, and with that content you can detail your ideas with your thought process. So some of the topics which may reappear with minute changes and minor variations. So for example, I would like to say some issues on terrorism, gender equality, poverty, liberalization, reservations in educational institution, etc. So these are some of the topics I would suggest, which are repeatedly going on as a debate, especially in group discussion among students. So you can just have a wide knowledge about it. And controversial and political topics, please do not figure out in group discussion. So my personal thing is, um, some of the topics which you need to avoid in group discussion are some of the controversial topics and political topics. I think you can avoid. So there is no need to waste your time now and then on them. Okay. So I think these tips will be useful for you when you have a group discussion. And some of the do's and don'ts I would like to discuss are, the first one is you should have a good subject knowledge. So whatever you prepare, you should have a good subject knowledge. Second one is you have to be a leader. So there is no doubt that you emerge as a leader in group discussion round. You should speak after getting a grasp on a given topic. So if you don't know about that topic, just be a good listener. You no need to be a good leader. So when you are very sure about the topic, you can initiate the group discussion. If you don't know anything about the topic, just be a good listener and then grasp the points from the other speakers, and then from that you can mold your ideas and then you can throw your discussions. So next is this: be relevant. When you speak, you should speak to the point without any ambiguity of the thought, right? The ambiguity, like, in your thought should be very clear and you have to come straight to the point. You cannot beat around the bush. That is the thing I would like to say. So you have to be relevant. You have to express your thoughts at length. If you simply follow the other speaker or his or her ideas, remember your elimination is imminent. Okay, so whenever possible, wherever possible, emphasize your point with facts and figures. That is more important. Just like that, you cannot talk or give a general idea on group discussion or on a particular topic. So you have to emphasize your point with facts. That will boost your ideas, or that will give your ideas a strong point. That will make your ideas as a strong point in a group. So next thing is you have to be a good listener. So if you want to be a good speaker, definitely you have to be a good listener. So learn to be a good listener, and just speaking throughout the discussion doesn't make you better. So that's very important. Like, throughout the discussion, when you want to speak, doesn't make you better. But then you should learn to give others a chance to speak also. Try to listen to others also. So, unless you listen well, it will not be possible for you to add value to your content and communication. So, unless you listen well to others, it will not be possible for you also to add the value to your ideas also. So, listening offers you the opportunity to summarize the group discussion on each and every aspect. So, that is very important. Listening makes you to have a knowledge, like you should not repeat that particular the same point which your group mate discusses. So you have a different idea. So once you listen only, you can summarize, and you will have the opportunity to think or talk on a different idea. So next one is you have to improve your communication skill. So communication skill, as I said before, is very, very, very important. You should have a good vocabulary and a decent command over English language. As we all know, English is a common language which we are communicating with, right? So you should have a good vocabulary and a decent command over English. So much before your actual group discussion, you can also rehearse before that. So you may not go wrong with your communication or your thought process or your idea. So just rehearse well before going on for the group discussion. You can also sit with your group of friends, and you can also choose a topic and indulge in a friendly group discussion, not a serious one, but you can also have a friendly group discussion. It will not only will increase your knowledge, but also it will be a better, it will make you a better speaker by the time. The more you rehearse, the more you will be a good communicator too. So body gestures, like as it is in online, we don't know like in a proper way are we sitting or not. So body language is very very important in communication. As I would like to say, I would say, like as a soft skill trainer, I would make my students to have a good body language. So that will carry, that will make others know like your personality, how far you're carrying yourself. So body gesture is also very important tool for group discussion, I would say. Like the very important few things, a few body gestures I would like to say is that you have to sit straight in your group discussion. So avoid leaning back onto your chair or knocking the table with your pen or your fingers. So these are some of the group body gestures which will be very obvious for the others when they see you. Okay. So even like your nervousness also express through your body movement. So you have to make sure you avoid all these things. Okay. So don'ts, moving on to the don'ts, I don't want to take much time in this, so quickly I'll just move on to the don'ts. So don'ts, you should not be more aggressive. Whatever is that, you have to listen patiently, and you should not be aggressive, or you should not raise your voice, shout, or you cannot insult people with your words or something. So next thing, don't give up. You will get chance, but don't give up. Don't be content with one round or 1 minute or half a minute you're speaking in a group. Whatever you speak, you focus on your key points, and how you form your ideas and opinions, and how that is making an impact on the group or in your discussion. That is more important. So don't ever give up, I would say. Last thing, I would like to give you some important tricks to be a winner in a group discussion. First one is four important tricks I would like to say. Please do listen. First one is follow the group discussion rules. What you have to do, what you should not do. You have to keep that in mind always. Next one is um, the key for group discussion skills, I would say, speak logically. Whatever you speak, you have to speak logically. Be audible. Your voice should be audible. And third one is present your ideas firmly and be a leader. Okay, your voice is very important. Voice projection is very important when you talk. So you have to be audible, you have to present your ideas firmly, strongly, and you have to be a leader. Next one, use every opportunity given to you to enter discussion to strengthen your point further. So whatever opportunity you get, you just grasp the opportunity to enter the discussion to strengthen your point further. Last but not the least, read a few model and actual group discussion around. So before going into a group discussion, it is very necessary that you have to check out some of the models, like of group discussion, what you should do, what you should not do, how you have to talk, in what way you have to talk. You should have the clear and clear cut idea of group discussion. So with this, I would like to end up my suggestions on group discussion. And thank you so much for your patient listening. Thank you. Thank you, Padma.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your informational and ethics also, ma'am. Thank you. I hope all clear with the rules and regulation. If so, let's get started with the group discussion.
Shall I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Good evening, all. I'm Sobia, third year. Good evening, all. I'm Sobia, third year Triple E department from National Engineering College. First of all, I'd like to thank the all NSS coordinators for giving me the opportunity to initiate the discussion. No task is impossible and no path is difficult. Yes, the current pandemic really brought financial challenges to our country. The situation is not going to permanent one, and hope we'll soon overcome from this situation and increase our economic growth together. Now, the topic given is ways to recover and improve India's economic status after COVID-19. Yeah, in my opinion, this topic is very relevant topic and it has many aspects. So I'll be talking about this topic in different perceptions. Okay, India is one of the largest growing economy in the world. But due to this COVID-19 and lockdown issues, the economic growth was drastically reduced. So we want to boost up our India's economy. So let's start up with the discussion to grow our economy.
A very good afternoon, all. I am Priya. On focusing on Muslims' Vision 2020, poverty should be eradicated. But the current reality is rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. And this situation is getting worse in this lockdown, right? Because of unemployment and lack of opportunity. To create and to overcome this we can encourage entrepreneurships among them. And by impacting them with adequate skill, it can wonder in improving our economy. And I hope it will be helpful.
Focuses not only on man's materialistic need, but it focuses on overall development or rise in its living standard.
Yes, the focus of our Indian government is on reforms that can revive the Indian economy. The main aim must be is to increase the growth output without compromising on action needed. Some reforms like GST, implementation of FDI are bigger, but their impact on the life of a common man is minimal. Many reforms done by the government are only administrative in nature.
I know you're paying taxes regularly, but I'm asking to even not to avoid taxes, which is legal. It's tough, but it is boost our economy. It is very difficult for a common man to do this considering the level of corruptness in our country, but it can help our economic growth.
Yeah, I am Suji. And yes, Madhu, I agree your point. Yes, but there's also another aspect to consider. In 2017, the Trump administration proposed and Congress passed the Tax Cuts and Job Act. The legislation lowered corporate taxes to 20%. The highest corporate income tax rate was 35% before the bill. Various personal income tax brackets were lowered as well. The bill costs $1.5 trillion and is designed to increase economic growth for the next 10 years. As with any stimulus used to spur economic growth, it's often difficult to pinpoint how much growth was created by the stimulus and how much was generated by other factors and market forces.
In my view, many people lost jobs, and the informal sector is badly hit, and this is a huge setback for the economics.
I agree with Sophia, but I'm not willing to go that. But nearly 51% of MSME, that is micro, small, medium enterprises, are in rural and city sites, right? So over 60% of workforces in India are jobless. We can ask them to come forward and contribute by their own, because only contribution alone we can improve our economy. So by providing the necessary tools and technology to them, can create a multiple job opportunities.
Yeah, I agree the point because economy is only depends upon the GDP. First of all, we have to know about the economics. So we have measuring of national income is very important. So we have to know about the eight seven crucial point. GDP, GNP, NNP, PCI, and PC and DA are the very important measuring instrument in economy. So which country should have high GDP? The country should be a developed country. And also, I I have suggested some ideas about the Indian economy is to develop the entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is one of the basic and vital role played in every country. Why I say that? Just we have to take the America country. There will be a Tesla is Tesla is some good company. The company can be introduced new electric vehicles and many rockets, and CEO is Elon Musk. He is the one of the greatest entrepreneur. So America is one of the very crucial and one of the greatest nation in the world. So we have to improve the entrepreneurship skill. It's a very important one.
Yes, I agree your point. That's right. In the United States, economic growth is driven oftentimes by the consumer spending and business investment. If consumers are buying homes, for example, home builders, contractors, and construction workers will experience economic growth. Businesses also drive the economy when they hire workers, raise wages, and invest in growing their businesses. A company that buys a new manufacturing plant or invests in new technologies creates jobs, spending, which leads to growth in the economy.
Actually,
Yes, I
what Suji
want.
said is very correct. Because in America 2008, or in Obama's period, like this pandemic situation is also there. But the business magnates invest their money in the infrastructure of America. Within 5 to 10 years, they came into their normal life. Likewise, in our country also, the business magnates spend their profits in the infrastructure of our country. Then there will be economic growth.
Yes, I like to share you one point that is right to uniform education. Our government implement it now only during this pandemic time. The right to uniform education. The right to education is a reform that has helped many students in a big way, but the full effect of it has to be implemented yet. It must be altered as a right to uniform education. A fundamental right to provide uniform education is to every child in India. It must not only concentrate on school students, but also help graduates to improve their skill level. A proper world class training must be given to graduates in industrial skill as well as in vocational skills.
Yeah, what you said is really great because education was a platform and it is a basic need. So providing education to the poor people is very important because it's playing a very important role in competing with other countries. Am I right?
Yes, I agree your point, Mohana. The government identified these problems and hindering the economic growth of the country and established policies to curb them. Promotions of cottage industry, providing fair wages to the laborers, and providing enough means of livelihood of the people were some of the policies laid by the government for the country's economic growth.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, due to the consumption slowdown in the world, the imports and exports are greatly affected. So this affect the economic of almost every countries in the world.
Yes, I agree your point. Vidya.
I am Pavitra. In my opinion, renewable energy can be revitalized the economy by green jobs, ensuring energy security. Each $1 million invested in renewables or energy flexibility would create at least 25 jobs, while each million invested in efficiency would create about 10 jobs. 1.3 million full-time jobs can be created by achieving 160 gigawatt from renewable energy by 2022.
Hi, I'm Raj Vishal from Triple E Department. Um, Natural resources. Agriculture is a primary sector to improve the GDP. GDP means gross domestic product. It is a spinal cord of the economy. In India, forest has most important natural resources. Forest provide timber, wood for fossils, fossil fuels, and the nature of non-food products. They have to improve the natural resources. Economy has been grown. At the same time, we need to protect the environment. And at the same time, we need not to destroy the forest and to build a government sector should have the proper guidelines, and we have to know about the EGA Act, environmental impact assessment. This assessment should be followed by the every businessman. It's a very important thing. Build a dam, protect the environment. It is also increase the Indian economy.
Yeah, I agree the point because agriculture is um, one of the main for growth of the Indian GDP. Because why I say that because primary sector, it is India's primary sector is agriculture sector. So why I say that, I have to say some survey report from 2015 to 2018. Primary sector, it's agriculture. 2015 to 2016, 17.07 percentage agriculture. Then it is a GDP growth for a country. 2016 to 2017, 17.09, and 2017 to 2018, 17.01. What the survey said that economy is gradually down, because, and otherwise we other on the other hand we have to say that tertiary sector, it's a service sector. In service sector we have to, there are include postal sector, information technology sectors. There will be many sectors. I have to survey on 3 years, 2015, 16, 17, 18. And tertiary sector 52.05 percentage from 2015 to 2016, and 2016 to 2017 52.08, and 2017 to 2018 52.09. What it can be said that the tertiary sector last 3 years or the last 10 years, tertiary sector is a very huge to promotion of Indian GDP, because which country has a high GDP, so that country is a developed country. Now it is a COVID situation. We have to change the GDP. Now the GDP is very low compared to the America and Japan. So we have to improve the GDP, and also we are the developed country in the world.
I agree somewhat, but the Indian economy has seen major growth in the last few decades. The credit for this boom largely goes to the service sector. Agriculture and associated activities have also been improvised to match the global standards, and the export of various food products have been seen an upward trend, thereby adding to the economic growth. The industrial sector does not lag behind a bit. A number of new large scale industries as well as small scale industries have been set up in recent times, and these have also proved to have a positive impact on the Indian economy.
Yeah, I
Okay,
agree the point.
my point in growth of economy is we can invest in the sustainable infrastructure. For example, in United States in 2009, great repression recovery package investments in the clean energy and public transport. They created more jobs more than this traditional investments. Like okay, what I'm saying is India too should take this opportunity to increase support for renewable energy, and particularly like rooftop solar through appropriate policies and business models.
In India, we can see economic growth and political stability are deeply interconnected. On the other hand, the uncertainty associated with an unstable political environment may reduce investment and economic development. On the other hand, poor economic performance may lead to government collapse and political unrest. Such is the dilemma that many countries with a fragile political order have to face.
Is to increase the economic stability, the current economic climate is very uncertain. Lot of rumors about an economic slowdown is going around. People are not ready to invest in such a situation. To calm down this situation and to boost the investment, some steps needed to be taken by the government. The flow of capital and equality needs to be increased. Banks and other financial institutions are facing a equality crunch. The government should help them with the cash support.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
agree the
agree your
point.
point. But economic growth can be unsustainable if growth is too rapid. It will cause inflation, current account deficit, and can lead to boom and bust.
Yeah, I want to say about one thing about that economy. Uh, Everyone should know about the Hiroshima and Nagasaki attack at 1944, something like that. Japan has a very huge problem. See the huge problem at that time. Japan has a collapse one. At that time, Japan economy is very slow down, and also now that corona situation, it's a very pandemic one. It is also a situation that So now we have to know about that. Japan and India, we have to interconnect with them. Indian population is a 10 crore, and Japan population is a 12 crores. And India has a 33 lakhs of square kilometers, and Japan has a 3 lakhs of square kilometers. Now, Indian economy is just $3 trillion, and Japan economy is $1 trillion. Why? Because of Japan has a amount of economy because of their hard working. Just we have to know about that there are some car companies and bike companies, car companies like a Honda, Toyota, Mitsubishi, Isuzu, and bike companies as Yamaha, Suzuki, and Lado. So many of the famous companies are from the China. So we have to hard work in that time. We have to prove that India is a very good country beyond the other countries, such like America, Japan. We have to prove our country is also a powerful country in the world.
In my point, the Indian monsoon is unpredictable. In some places, we get excessive rainfall, while in many others, it's scanty. Hence, for all the region to get adequate water, the national water grid must be implemented. For this to happen, the government must set up a National Water Council, which will work out the water sharing agreement between states and union territories. This national water grid must be implemented in a phased manner with the agreements reviewed every 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, right. We are comparing other countries by our economy, but nowadays we are facing many health issues, right? For example, we have Air Force and Navy, whatever army, but everything was locked by the COVID-19, right? So, so over 90 percentage of so 90 percentage of these are causing due to lack of immunity, and immunity is not the thing which is available in the market and who will go and buy. So by providing a rich and fresh and nutritious things, people will definitely come forward and buy. This will improve our economic health and the people's health.
The idea from you is very good, and my idea during this pandemic situation is marble and granite business. Because in comparing to other countries, marble and granite business in our country is very in good manner. But there is no proper steps to go into further process. So if the government took this in a proper way, there will be a lots and lots of profits, and the Indian economy can grow in a better manner.
Yes, I agree your point, Janet. Nobody will deny that. Other factors help promote consumers and business spending and prosperity. Banks, for example, lend money to companies and consumers. As business have access to credits, they might finance a new production facility, buy a new fleet of trucks, or start a new production line or service. The spending and business investment enter have positive effects on the companies involved.
Yeah, Suji. And you're comparing our country with another and the industrialization, I already told. But what does that means? Agriculture, that is the backbone of our India. Everyone knows that, right? But we are not following that. A simple idea, what I had is terrace garden. Because nowadays we were under lockdown for the past 6 months and we were just wasting our time. So we will found some area near our place and we can use it. Or at least you have found some place in your terrace. Okay, so you can utilize that and it will be very helpful.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
nowadays
very
the
nice.
agriculture is go to a somewhat growth level. The general trend is that people start working in agriculture, then skilled in moving into your factories, and then with the increase in financial condition, and then they move to the town and cities. But the current scenario is different. The industrial sector has more than enough workforce now. The growth of AI, that is artificial intelligence, and automation has resulted in a reduction of manual work. Further, people who are looking for jobs are far greater than the number of jobs being created.
In
Yeah,
my
the jobs.
opinion,
Yeah, of course, the jobs are created, but the peoples are studying in Indian country and working for other countries and paying taxes to them. If they studied in our country and worked in our country companies and paid taxes to them, it will improve the poor. It will improve our Indian economy and it will be somewhat satisfied for poor also.
Yeah, I agree the point because in Indian education system, everyone should know uh, schools and colleges have to prepare and prepare only the labor. So we didn't prepare the we didn't create any CEOs and any entrepreneurs. We have to prepare only the labor. Just we have to go and we have to work for some time and we have come to home. That's a only one. It's a bad thing in our system. So we have to encourage our entrepreneurship and we have to encourage the investment on many projects and many things.
Yes, in my point of view, prefer prefer Indian brands over foreign brands. I'm not asking you to buy Micromax over Samsung Galaxy, but wherever possible, try buying Indian manufactured goods. More you buy foreign goods, it results in rupee depreciation, as we are increasing imports as a result strengthens dollar over INR.
Yeah, I agree with your point. I hope this is an effective way to boost our economic activities and creating jobs.
In my view, agriculture contributes to about 17% of the total GDP of India. Investment in cold storage facilities and supply chains will ensure the preservation and timely delivery of agricultural produce and reduce losses to farmers.
Yes, I agree the point. She said that agriculture is the primary sector, and she told that agriculture is mainly contribute the Indian GDP, but it can be totally changed now because I have to 2 minutes or 3 minutes ago I have to say some survey report. Tertiary sector, the service sector can be leading, and it can be lead the GDP. So, in my way, we have to improve the agriculture in a way, good way.
In
Yeah,
my
another important factor is impacting the economic growth of a nation in a human resource. You mentioned that willingness to work serves as a key factor in determining the economic growth. The point seems is very valid. However, only when a person is well equipped with required skills and training will his willingness to work bear a desired fruit. That is a fruit for thought.
In my opinion, government should improve its governance and reduce all the bottlenecks in order to attract foreign investment. Government should focus on building infrastructure in country which will generate employment as well as attract the foreign companies to invest in India. The better infrastructure, we have more companies will come to India.
Yeah, it's I agree the point. And also, yeah, another one is tourism. Tourism is one of the good way to improve the GDP and a good way to improve our rupees equal to the American dollars. So why we have to improve the tourism because of and the other for example we have for example Americans came to India and they have to see they have to see the culture and many more, and they have to invest something in India because invest something in India. So I have to say that tourism is one of the main to even improve the GDP.
Yes, I have another
Yeah, and
point.
another way is we can improve our export also, because if we export is we are rich in export means the investors will attract and they invest more, because moreover investment is a big issue and it is very important for us to improve our economy.
Yes, Mohana, but higher economic growth leads to higher tax revenues. With the higher growth, incomes and profits, the government will receive more income tax, corporation tax, and expenditure taxes. The government can spend more on public services.
In my view, now in the time of pandemic, the unemployment rate is highest level. So government should focus on the employment generation. Government should provide jobs under different centralized scheme to migrant labor, which in the turn use earn money to provide much needed boost in economy.
Okay, I'm not
A
opposing any of
government
your
can
points.
try to influence the rate of economic growth through demand side and supply side policies, and it includes expansionary fiscal policy, cutting taxes to increase disposable income and encourage spending. And however, lower taxes will
A number of young startups have been impacted as funding has fallen. A data labs report shows a 45% decrease in the total growth stage funding as compared to Q4 2019. According to a KPMG report, venture capital in Indian startups has fallen over 50% in Q1 2020 from Q4 to 2019.
Yes, I agree. Confidence to invest, higher growth encourages firms to take risk, innovate, and invest in future products and productivity capacity.
Very good, Swiji. And by encouraging work from home facilities and part time jobs can enable many rural women to take a job because who are otherwise lack of efficient transport facilities and household responsibility and childcare, etc. By this, women who is willing and who is unable to work can also work. Right.
I agree, Mohana.
Yes, I like to include one point that is growth in aggregate supply. That this productive capacity, development of new technology, that is example is steam power and
However, in
telegram
this COVID
help
19,
productivity
clean
in the 19th century.
In India, up to 53% of business have specified a certain amount of impact of shutdowns caused due to COVID-19 on operations. As per FICI survey in March.
Just I
Yes,
have to say,
businesses that can drive higher productivity from a system also benefit from creating more outputs with the same fewer inputs. Simply put, higher efficiency equates to better margins through lower costs, allows for better compensations for employees, more working capitals, and improved competitive capacities.
Government can raise retirement age and therefore increasing the supply of labor and public sector investment. Example, improved infrastructure and increased spending on education also helpful.
Yes, in my point of view, more private transport implies more oil imported. Oil alone stands at 66% of imports in India. Try avoiding going by bikes, of course, and prefer to walk or use carpooling. This will help threefold for you personally, help your pocket, improve health, and reduce pollution. Economy is benefited as an incentive here.
We also go for increased net migration, especially workers with the skills that are in short supply. Examples, builders, fruit pickers, and also one more thing is more flexible working practices. For example, working from home and self-employment, etc.
Gathering all points from my colleagues, I would like to conclude this discussion by saying some important points. Improvement technology development, improved management techniques, improved education and training on both private and public sectors, improved infrastructure. If these should be improved in proper manner, the government should think and take steps towards it. COVID-19 causes severe damage to the global economy. Nations are trying hard to rebuild their economics and to prevent further downfall. Hope the further loss of lives and also the collapse of economics. Thank you.
Thank you all. Now let's call the chief guest, Dr. Chandra Vandana, to give her feedback about the event.
Am I audible? Good evening once again. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay, fine. So, my opinion, first of all, I would like to congratulate each and everyone who have participated enthusiastically in this group discussion. I'm so happy to hear a very detailed group discussion from you guys. So, just my best wishes to you. I have few points from my side which I would like to give. You can also take that as a feedbacks too. Hope these feedbacks would help you to mold your communication skills or how you have to present in group discussion, especially. Moving on to few things, like I have noted down a few things. The first one is like few said, I'm not focusing on one particular person, but in general I'm just telling you some points so that you can improve. First one is few said what she says is correct. You cannot say bluntly like what she says is correct, right? You can go on with a better sentence like I agree with her, I agree to her opinion. Like you can just change the structure of the sentence. As I'm asked to give feedback on communication alone, I'm just giving you. Okay. Next one is what she say, or I say a point. You cannot say I say a point directly. You can mold the sentence as I would like to focus on a point. So I think you just get the difference between I say a point and as well as I would like to focus on a point. So that is it also acts as a polite manner, as well as it just takes your presentation to the next level. The sentence is very important. So from my opinion, you can start a sentence as from my opinion. You can say you should not say what I am saying. Directly, you should not say what I am saying. You can say, as far as I am concerned. You can start a sentence like, as far as I'm concerned, like that. Okay. And another sentence starting I heard is that I agree somewhat. I don't know who said, but then in general, I'm saying I agree somewhat. You should not say like that. Instead, you can say, I agree to some extent of her opinion or his opinion. I agree to some extent of his or her opinion. So you can say, you can just modulate your sentence to form a better, to have a better structure. And another few things which I personally would like to give feedback is that some of you, I felt they were just reading it. I know all the statistical data, you cannot keep that in your mind. But then I don't mind you read it, but then you should not show that you're reading it. That's what I mean to say. I don't mind you to read it, but you should make sure of your voice that it should not project the audience that you're reading it. Hope you understand and got what I'm trying to say. So that you have to keep that in mind. Also, everyone are audible, but then your voice modulation you can improve. This is my personal suggestion. You can improve your voice modulation. You know what is mean by modulation when I say, like when you ask a question, you will be having a different voice modulation, and when you give an answer you will have a different modulation. So that voice modulation and flexibility when you say something is very 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 important when you are in a discussion. Especially presentation, you will have a different tone and everything will be in a different thing. But in discussion, you make sure you're discussing it. Okay, it's not like a presentation, but it should be more or less discussion, because in group we are discussing some point. You should not be in a hurry also. I could see like a few of them spoke so much ideas. Hope you agree with me. Like a few of you spoke so much of the points, and a few spoke very less. I don't know why it's the thing, but this particular thing I have observed. And when you talk, you have to make sure of your grammatical errors also. Grammatical errors is very very important. And fluency is important in communication, but then fluency doesn't mean that you have to be very fast in your communication. That is not fluency according to me. But then you have to communicate your ideas without any break. Okay, that I would say is fluency. That will make the audience to be presentable, as well as they will follow your communication. So very fast in your communication leads to like people don't know what you're saying. They will break in their following, like what you're saying and all that. They will have a break. So so these are some of the feedbacks I wish to give you people. Hope you follow and take this as a healthy feedback, and you can module in your next group discussion. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving us some valuable advice. This will help us to develop a lot in future. Thank you. Now I request Mr. Nandakumar Verma to say his opinion
Thank you,
about the
Padma.
event.
So, good afternoon to everyone again. First of all, the student coordinator, Miss Lavanya ji, Miss Subulakshmi ji, uh, and a coordinator of NSS, director of the Institute of National Engineering College. First of all, I agree with every student the few comments regarding COVID-19 economic after the COVID-19 Indian economy is grow, which are the criteria of the economic situation is grow. So mainly the first step of the grow in every country or any countries. So first of all, infrastructure is a very important part for the after COVID-19 because infrastructure just is like example for railway. In this situation, railways providing the different facilities continuously overview, and sometimes of the 300 and 400 trains it continuously published, or every sometimes justify the maximum trains available for the people of India. The average strength, the stability of railway station, arrangement of station, functioning of station, the facility of station is very important and very fastly. This is a process of unresolved. So I thanks to this group discussion for the particular economic development for Indian government or other countries of state or different states, and thought every student is very important. So please carry on and continuously thought availability to the institute, to the director of the institute, or sometime you are to the research area of the COVID-19 after the COVID-19 is just used for the person, because this part is a very important for the research criteria in particular economic development of India after the COVID-19 is very important topics in future. So really thanks for you and really thank for everyone. We are uh, some programs is continuously, then you can a very good line of the path to every person and the institute. So thank you very much. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Sandravadana ma'am and Narendra Kumar sir. I thank all our students
Thank
also.
you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, because
Thank you,
within very short
sir.
time we have invited, but you, without expecting anything, you
Yeah, it's
accepted.
okay. The pleasure is mine. As I told earlier, I would like to thank the institution as well as you for giving me such an great opportunity to
I
hear your
uh,
students.
such a request. I request one request for every the guest and the teachers of the institute and the coordinator, student coordinator. One photo group photo is, can you
We will send the screenshot, sir, sure.
okay. So thank you.
Lavanya or Sublashmi, can you take a
uh,
screenshot of these things?
Okay,
no
sir.
no no okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Oh, you can proceed now.
So I'm very happy to hear such a huge ideas from the students, and I could feel the hard work they have put in for this group discussion. As the group discussion was little lengthy, but then it was so interesting. I didn't get bored, and each and every statistical data they have collected was absolutely great. It just shows their hard work. So I'm so happy, and I bless each and every student at this moment. Like this particular group discussion is also needed for everyone to know about what's really happening around us. So thank you for giving this opportunity once again, Emma sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. All the participants have shared their views on the topic, and now it's time to thank all the participants. We will wind up this section with the vote of thanks from Miss V. Sharmi, second year, Triple E Department.
I deem it a great honor and privilege to represent the audience on this memorable occasion. First of all, I thank our Assistant Professor at Institute of Technology and Management, Valia, and Dr. P. Chandra Bandhan, faculty at the Gandhiji Rural Institute, GMT University, Zindagi, who, despite their busy schedule, has found time to grace this occasion. Thank you for both of you for your support and presence. And I also express my heartfelt thanks to our beloved director, Dr. S. Shanmugave, the man behind our success. Thank you, sir. We are grateful to our respected principal, Dr. Kalidasa Murugave, who gave us support for organizing the event. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt thanks to NSS coordinators, Mr. R. Ragul, Assistant Professor of E&I Department, and Mr. J. Thamba, Assistant Professor, SNH Department, for their support and words of encouragement. Thank you, sir. An event like this cannot happen overnight. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation to all the participants of today's event. We are fortunate enough to have a volunteers who have put their entire effort to make the entire event perfect. Thank you, guys. Last but not the least, I thank my friends for your cooperation in making this function a resounding success. I once again thank everyone. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sharmi. I thank all the participants and volunteers for their presence. Thank you all.
Thank you, Padma. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, my dear students, and thank you, sir.
Okay. Shall we leave the meeting, sir?
Yes, ma'am. We can leave. We can.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Narendra. Thank you, all students. My best wishes to you all for your excellent presentation. Let's wind up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.